Like, where do I go?
Yeah. It doesn't cocktails, like you love the drink, you love the food apps. What's your happy hour?
Oh, shit.
You have a place that's open just through the butter zone, so you have an occasional happy hour.
Wow, that's a tough one. I'm gonna go throwback. I'm gonna go throwback. This is not gonna be a popular one, but I'm gonna go throwback. Hoppa from college.
Oh shit, the one on Pearl Street.
Yeah, no, there was one on the Hill when I was there.
Okay, you just dated yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I know the two rolls for $7 was the biggest win there was.
I thought you were going to say something like Angelo's, like the most well-known one in town. I was like, nah.
But as far as nowadays, the other one that I loved too was Panzano's back in the day.
Good thing you go on happy hour. And I think that's like a double Dana reference. She was like, that's where she started her career here.
That's true, yeah.
But Panzano downtown, you know, they've been around forever. I just haven't done the happy hour before.
It used to be like the best.
Because
the thing always with happy hour, right, is like the struggle for like food and drink. It's usually always just like super drink heavy, and they had like specific plates that were just happy hour plates, and they were all like pretty killer. I think they were like $4, $5, and $6.
Okay, so I'm going to throw one on you, and I don't know how long you've been here, and I'm not going to date you, but in 2011, Zio's, which used to be a Grateful Dead bar in the Highlands, not that old. It's just a shitty bar now.
Okay.
But I think they play like, I don't know, 90s. It's not even 90s grunge. I don't know what it is. It's like Iris on repeat by Goo Goo Dolls. But anyway, so you used to have that connected with Tony P's. I think it just got bought. But they had quarter sliders and 50-cent slices, and every half hour it went up a quarter.
Okay.
So by the end of happy hour, it was $3 a slice and $1.50 a meatball sub. It was awesome. We would meet there it's like we were all mid-20s.
Right.
You want to go get just ripped as shit faced as you can at 4:00 in the afternoon? Yeah.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Did you ever do flip night at the sink? Do you know about flip night?
No. See, I wasn't a Boulder. I mean, I lived in Boulder for the first 4 months I was here, but we weren't regulars. We were older than the college kids.
The sink flip night, you flip a quarter. If you call it right, the drink's a quarter. Otherwise, you pay full price, but it's a fun one.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
Penny pitchers was something where we grew up down with Annie and I went to school in the same state. One of us has better football program than the other. I'll just give her that. I was going to say some slight, but she was nice enough to...
One's got a Manning, one's got a Dak, huh?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. At the end of it, I think we got a chance to make it comparable, but Jerry Jones is such a waste of fucking space. I hope that racist bag dies. I've been a Cowboys fan since well before Dak.
Okay.
I just, ever since Jimmy Johnson, we've just been destined for failure. And I don't want to talk about it because it's a sensitive subject.
It's a tough one.
You grew up in Houston. I mean,
I'm
not
a Cowboy
from
guy.
The West Coast.
Yeah, I was a Texans fan,
Did y'all
but
throw
like
with your left hand like this.
I actually do throw my left hand because I'm left-handed.
Oh, well, that's okay. But my left hand. Burn. Shout out to the SEC.
Shout out to the gifted left-handed.
There's only like two of you. It's you and Phil Mickelson.
It's true.
And Steve Young.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we like the cheating Astros for sure. Big fan of those guys. Rockets, although they're not very fun now.
Was that like a yall, Tracy McGrady growing up in
Fuck yeah, dude.
That's a heater side.
Yeah, that's a great team, right?
I mean, I was in Mississippi, so we didn't really have like an NBA team. So when I was in college, we would go to Memphis for my birthday, and Kobe always had this thing about how he'd play all his road games because people buy tickets to watch him play.
Right.
So we would buy tickets to go watch Kobe and the Lakers just beat the shit out of the Grizzlies, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Who are y'all, and why are y'all cheering for the Lakers?
Big Country?
Huh?
That's when Big Country was there?
I think it was pre-Zach Randolph. Wait, is that Big Country?
No, Big Country was that big white dude. I forgot his name.
Big Country.
Something Brian Reeves, I think.
Okay, so
Country.
I don't think it's that long ago.
Okay.
This was maybe 2008. So was Mike Williams still there? Maybe.
Okay.
I can't remember.
That was when they had those sweet unis, though.
Yeah. Oh, no, they didn't have the Vancouver unis.
Okay.
So it wasn't that was cool. It was just kind of basic. But Kobe just went for numbers every time. He was like, fuck it. I'm going to go out on Beale Street and barbecue, and then I'm going to put 50 on the Grizzlies. So it was always a great time.
R.I.P. Kobe.
Yeah. Well, at least you've had success. Your teams have had success in Houston.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad at the Astros. If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah, baseball's a sport of cheating as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. From Shoeless Joe Jackson through Barry Bonds. Put him in the Hall of Fame, give you your trophy back, and let's get this shit
over with.
Let me just post videos on Twitter. Why can't we post videos? Okay, sorry. All right. Okay, I'll cut that. I'm not, but I'll cut it. All right, so we have a couple more questions. That first one was a heater. I don't know how we got onto that tangent, but we did. This next one's a little bit easier. If you had to be a cartoon character, who would you be and why?
You know, it's funny. When I listened to one of your podcasts, and
thanks for the support.
Yeah, of course.
Shout out Spotify.
And I listened to, or you asked that question. This is a good one, right?
Chris asked it, and it's fantastic. Well, we used to ask a variation of it, but we had to keep pulling it off. So
and I immediately thought, like, what would I do? And I think I'm going Roadrunner.
Beep beep.
Yeah, dude.
I don't hate that answer.
Yeah, right. He's intelligent.
He's a few words.
He's cunning, right? He's always tripping up Wile E. Coyote. He's got all sorts of.
That's like, again, you remember we were talking about low bars earlier? Tripping up Wile E. Coyote. The guy was like, "Yeah, I'll hold this bomb. I'll run into this brick wall."
He's super fast, you know.
There you go.
He's always got a smile on his face. He's just in a good mood, just living the dream.
All right, so we'll test this question. It may have been, I don't know how far back you listened to episodes. We'll throw a long-term question back. If you had to have sex with any cartoon character, who would it be?
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a season 3. We had to stop doing those. PR reps did not like it.
I guess it's got to be Jessica Rabbit, right?
Yeah, that's everybody's. I said Jasmine, but everybody else said Jessica Rabbit. Who'd you say?
That gets into bestiality, I guess, a little.
To be fair, there is this coalition of folks online who think Nala is trying to fuck in Lion King. So, because those eyes, she is technically appealing to some people on the internet. And also there's hentai, and shout out to the guy that said that time. That was a good answer. But yeah, okay, Jessica Rabbit will allow it. You didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
All right, so you've been a good sport. We're going to kind of let you out off the hook here with just a couple quick questions before we go. These are questions we ask all of our listeners, so as a loyal listener that you are, you'll probably already know the question, so don't fuck it up.
Deal.
Yeah, otherwise no one's going to give you any grace. But this question is provided to us today from the Seed & Smith Dart Pen. It's a quick grip and rip. Just like these questions, go find your Seed & Smith Dart Pens. Go to www.seedandsmith.com. I swear to God by those pens. I fucking love them. All right, here we go. Let's say it was a long day. You had to work the line. Somebody threw up. You had to mop afterwards, and you just want to get home, eat something, and go to bed. What is your guilty pleasure, old reliable snack that's always in the pantry, fridge, or freezer?
Oh, that I can't go get?
Well, I mean, if you make something like very obscure, we're not going to allow it. But if it's something normal like In-N-Out,
I mean PB&J pretty much status quo.
Where were you gonna go?
I thought you were gonna say like what's my guilty pleasure of like where I go at the end of the day when I really don't want to do anything.
The parlors on Applejack.
No, a cheesy gordita crunch from Taco Bell.
Oh, I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
It's easily the number one best item of any fast food restaurant.
I'll do you one better. I don't know exactly where you live. I stopped tracking your phone a little while ago, but I do know that Merlin Verrier over at Street Feud, it's called 2 Streets, 1 Taco or something. 2 Shells, 1 Taco.
Okay.
And it's his make on it with like chicken tinga and like homemade beans.
It's killer.
It fucks. Like I everything else may be good, but I'm going to continue eating this until I'm going to sick it in my stomach.
Fair.
It's so good. Go try it.
Because I know they have one over at they have a mimic
Mr. Oso.
Mr. Oso, yeah.
Yeah, those are like little though. Those are like
baby,
Polly Pockets. This guy is like the size of your fist. It's a hammer.
Okay, deal.
Yeah. I think you'll dig it.
Okay.
But at the same time, Taco Bell Cheesy Gordita Crunch is like the 1A, and the Mexican pizza, shout out Tommy Lee, is coming back.
It's coming back
next month.
Okay.
Sorry, I know we're here to promote.
No,
your
you're
restaurant.
fine.
I'm sorry.
I don't know if I've ever had a Mexican pizza. Is that
It's a thing.
A fault of mine?
No, I mean, to be honest, that just means you're probably a little bit more regular than everybody else. Everyone else,
fair.
You're not running to the restroom, so you're safe as long as you don't make it like a regular diet.
Right.
You're okay. Okay, so let's get back on not promoting mass restaurants. This question's a tough one. It's called The Last Supper. You get to have 3 people join you for your last evening on Earth. They can be dead or alive, but they cannot be friends or family. Who are we picking, and what are we doing?
This is an impossible question.
No, it's not. It's actually very possible. 185 people have answered it for you.
I guess
we can do the Jeopardy music here.
Yeah, while I think of that.
No, we can't. No, we are not that good. We could, but that's a lot of effort.
Okay, that's a good one. I guess I got that.
Thank you. It's
I
our
think
Barbara
it's
Walters
3 people.
question.
3 people.
3 people. I'll just cut the dead air.
I think I'll go David Chang, Aziz Ansari, and we'll bring back Anthony Bourdain for dinner.
You're going to all food, huh?
Yeah, I feel like that's like where my head goes with that question.
No, I can understand that, and that's probably a pretty or not all food. Aziz Ansari's a comedian,
right?
But that's a pretty all-star.
Yeah, he's in the game,
and it's that's an entertaining evening as well,
right?
Filled with lively conversation.
For sure, I think that's the best.
Light sexual assault.
Yeah.
I can say that as I have 0 claims of sexual assault against me. He who in glass houses and shit. Okay, so what are we doing? What city are we starting in?
Let's go.
We'll say teleportation is in play.
Yeah, let's go to Bangkok. And let's just...
I said you go to parlors earlier and you didn't say anything. And then he's like, yeah, we're going to Thailand. Cool.
Yeah, and we're eating some like dingy place that Bourdain knows that's fire.
Well, I mean, what's the what's the world's top 50? One of the ones in the top 5 is like a street cart out of fucking Bangkok or something. Or maybe it's Vietnam, but it's like $7 a meal. It's like revolutionary apparently. People like line up 3 hours before. Just cut to the front of that line.
For sure. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
I like it.
Okay.
So we're just going to munch through Thailand?
Yeah, why not?
Metaphorically speaking, huh?
For sure.
Yeah. I don't hate it. And we usually it used to be like kind of grim, like it's your last night, but now it's like, create this hypothetical, unfar-fetched, and be like, then we transport to Argentina, and then do red meats. So I was going to give you this whole slack, and you just stopped in Thailand.
Yeah, I fell short for you. I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. You came up strong in the first 2 answers. I like this. You did really well. You've also done really well today on this podcast. Before we go, I want to talk a little bit more about your restaurant. We talked about restaurants playing the hits or playing things that are sexually appealing. What are the hits? You mentioned the Medi plate. What else is going big? What's going out the door? What kind of specials are we having here at Lunchboxx in Denver Central Market?
Well, so we just started rolling out our a breakfast sandwich that we'll kind of start serving. Call it 9 a.m. But yeah, real simple, egg and cheese. You can have bacon, sausage, or avocado, or any of the above.
Coffee from Crema.
Coffee from Crema, yeah, just keep it simple. Fried chicken sandwich has been the premium. Lot of positive feedback on that. These nuggets are a big hit. This Don Burry bowl is new.
Okay.
And honestly, I think the chicken's killer.
Yeah, I mean, the fried chicken is for sure. I'm sitting here looking at what looks to be a roasted chicken, and then you have the healthier options for those on that side of the table.
Yeah.
I like it. So there's something for everybody here, and then give everybody a quick rundown, hours, days, things of that nature. If they want to see you on social media, it's more food than it is Zach. Well, you could find him.
For sure. Yeah, so it's at Lunchboxx Denver with 2 X's.
Why didn't you have 3?
I made a joke about it. What was my joke? Do you remember? A little dirty but not nasty. Was my phrase on the 2 X's.
Why didn't you do it?
I mean, it was just joking.
That needs to be in like those. Get what's his face to make one of those little light up signs that has that. That's great. People are not even going to bother going over to Ramble anymore. Get that one. A little bit dirty, not really nasty, or whatever it was. That's genius, my friend.
But yeah, so I don't know. I just like the 2 X's. Just something different and fun. But yeah, honestly, the original idea was to just kind of like play with that childhood nostalgia, and just kind of have. We originally wanted to serve food on like colored cafeteria trays. I couldn't find the right size.
Like the ones where you like walk through the line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, this is way too nice.
Yeah, well, that was the idea. Is that would be again like going back to the lowered expectations, right? Like surprisingly good-looking food on top of those what you'd expect to get like slop on. Was the play. But
okay, well then now that we're on this, I do tangents. It's not a big deal. Have you thought about doing a couple like throwback dishes, like square pizza with that shitty like sausage that that like the cheese doesn't fully melt, so you can like see it, like the shards coming out? Totally.
I mean, I think that one of the we're working on it. We've got like we're going to do these like French toast sticks that we're calling Dunkaroos. French toast Dunkaroos.
See, this is the Stonerism collab we got to talk about.
Yeah, so I mean, all that stuff is like all part of the brand in terms of like what we want to tap into at some level, right?
All right, so
Things that are nostalgic and reminiscent of childhood that make you go like, and
fruit
then
roll-ups.